John was in the Spirit on the Lord's day. But which day did Jesus say he's Lord of? Revelation 1:10. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day. For centuries, pastors, priests, and theologians have pointed to this verse as proof that Sunday is now the Christian day of worship. But let's stop right there, because nowhere in this passage does it say Sunday. John didn't name a day. He simply said, the Lord's day. And the question that silences every argument is this: which day did Jesus say he is Lord of? Jesus gave the answer himself, not Paul, not Peter, not a church council. In his own words, in red letters, Jesus declared in Mark 2:28, "The Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath." That's not ambiguous. That's not metaphorical. It's clear. Jesus never said, I am Lord of Sunday. He said, he is Lord of the Sabbath. That means if any day belongs to him, it's the seventh day, not the first. So when John said he was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, he was not inventing a new day. He was standing in the tradition of every prophet, every apostle, every faithful servant of God who knew that the seventh day was always his. From Genesis to Revelation, the seventh day, the Sabbath, is the only day God ever claimed as his own. Exodus 20:10 calls it the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Isaiah 58:13 says, If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day. Whose holy day? God's, not man's, not the Pope's, not a denomination's. God's holy day. That's why Jesus is Lord of it. It's his. He created it. He blessed it. He sanctified it. He never transferred ownership. But what do we hear today? John meant Sunday. The Lord's Day is the day Jesus rose. The church has authority to change the day. Do you realize what you're saying? You're claiming that tradition overrides Jesus' own words. That resurrection power erased creation law. That silence in Revelation rewrote what God thundered on Sinai. Let's be honest. The phrase Lord's Day appears only once in the Bible, Revelation 1:10. And yet, based on that single phrase, millions worship on a day God never sanctified, never blessed, never commanded. Where's the verse that says, Sunday is now the Lord's Day? Where is Jesus saying, I am Lord of the first day? Where is the apostle who proclaimed, from now on, keep Sunday holy? You won't find it, because it doesn't exist. What you will find is Jesus upholding the Sabbath. You will find Paul keeping the Sabbath with Gentiles in Acts 13. You will find Luke writing that it was their custom to meet on the Sabbath. And you will find prophecy in Isaiah 66:23 that says all flesh will worship before God from one Sabbath to another in the new earth. The Sabbath was not abolished, it was affirmed from Eden to eternity. So, when John, exiled on Patmos, says he was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, it makes perfect sense he meant the Sabbath, the only day God ever called his own. Sunday, by contrast, was exalted by Rome, not Scripture. It was enforced by emperors, not apostles. It was defended by tradition, not truth. And that is the uncomfortable reality for every pastor, priest, imam, skeptic, and Sunday worshipper. The Bible never said Sunday is the Lord's Day. Jesus never claimed it. His apostles never taught it. But Scripture does say which day he's Lord of. And that day still stands. You can ignore it. You can explain it away. But you cannot change who the Lord of the Sabbath is. His name is Jesus, and his day has never changed.